Hello, everyone. This is the Crow, and these are your messages for right now. This is the third time that I'm trying to record this reading. I've been getting some, I don't like to say heavy, but yeah, some heavier energies, some denser energies. And the last time I tried to record, my camera fell. Okay, and the cards were very resistant to my shuffling. So I will try to do this one more time, and hopefully third time is the charm, right? So yeah, thank you for being here. I hope you're all doing good. Thank you so much for watching the videos and commenting and liking. I really appreciate it. It makes me glad to know that the readings are getting to people who enjoy them and resonate with them. I will be pulling a 3-card spread mainly based on your current energy, okay? The readings are timeless, which means that whenever they find you, if it resonates with you, then there might be something here for you. I will also be taking an oracle card to get me into your energy and to see what the reading is about. Although I do have a feeling that there's something related to, oh, there we go, something related to some kind of conflict. Okay, let's see. We have, what areas of your life are you avoiding? Are they causing you upset, worry, disrupted sleep? If so, these are the areas you need to focus on. As much as you don't want to, it is necessary. Tackle your demons head on. Don't allow them to rule you for a second longer. Yeah, and actually this comes together with the resistance I was feeling the last few times I tried to get into this energy and to get into this reading. There was this feeling of resistance, of not wanting something to happen or not wanting some kind of situation to take place because it is extremely emotional to you, and that's where the anger might be coming from. Maybe you're trying to avoid some kind of tower moment. We'll see if the tower card comes out. It might. But I feel like you are resisting some kind of change that's supposed to happen. Maybe not change, but just some situation that's supposed to happen. And I do feel like this involves other people too in your life. Okay, there's also something here about feeling a lot of emotions right now. There's this analogy that I enjoy. I don't know who did this analogy. I read it somewhere and it stuck with me till today. And I really like it. I'm not gonna put it into the right words, but I will do it my way. And basically, it talks about a pond full of fish. So imagine a pond and imagine that each fish inside the pond is an emotion. You are the pond, you are not the fish, okay? You are the water, you are the pond, and the fish, they come and go, circling inside the pond, they come and go. So it's like that, it's like feelings. They're kind of like waves, and like the fish, this movement that comes and goes. So we should feel them, we should allow ourselves to acknowledge them. And I think you are being asked to do that. I do feel that. Acknowledge your feelings, try to understand them as best as you can, but don't allow them to fester. Don't allow them to linger too long, okay? So let's get into the tarot. I will be pulling the 3-card spread. I believe I've said that already. Maybe some more cards will come out. If they do, we'll take them. Let's see. Okay. And we have the Lovers. It's the first card that comes out. The Lovers is a card that talks about choices, okay? Yes, this could also be related to a love situation, but it is a card about choices. And it is a card that talks about how these people have an abundance of choices, okay? They have everything they desire here, but they feel unsatisfied because maybe this abundance of choices that they have, it's not exactly what they want. It's not exactly what you want. Something that's going on, it's not quite as you expected, and there's a choice up ahead. Let's see, what else? Oh, thank you. What do we have here? And we have the Hermit. Yeah, isolating yourself right now, reflecting on what you're feeling, trying to understand what's going on, probably feeling like you have a lot to deal with and that you're alone in it, that you're alone in your perspective. There's something here about the way you're seeing things and feeling extremely isolated because of the way you're seeing and feeling things. Let's get our last card. Thank you. We have the Moon. Yeah, it makes sense. It's, the Moon is an emotional card. The Moon is associated to our emotions and to the cycles, our hormonal cycles. And no, I don't think that works only for women. Because, we're mainly water, right? And we are extremely connected to water. Our emotions are water. And the Moon controls that. So what I feel here with this card is that this choice that you have to make, it's something that might expose parts of you that you don't feel so comfortable sharing with the world just yet. And that's why you're in a hermit mode. So I believe you're feeling a bit exposed by a certain situation, and you know that you have to make a choice, and you might not be sure of which is the right choice right now. I think that you have two sides of you battling with one another, just like we have here the dog and the coyote or whatever is this animal. These are supposed to represent two sides of the same energy, okay? And I feel like you're battling. Like one part of you is telling you something and the other part of you is telling you something else. This choice could be internal, okay? It doesn't have to be something in the physical world. It doesn't have to be a physical choice, like something either do I go this way or that way. It can be, I am getting that, okay, about paths, but it could be something more internal. It could be a choice between perspectives that you have. And you are being asked with this Moon card to let some of your emotional armor down. To take, not down, to take some of your emotional armor off. I think that's what you're avoiding. You don't want to feel exposed. You don't want to feel exposed, exactly. But there's something you're definitely avoiding with this Hermit energy. You feel safe right now, being isolated. Maybe lonely, but safe. I want to clarify. Tell me about the Lovers. What is this choice about? Tell me about this choice. Thank you. We have two cards. Okay. I don't take reversed cards, okay? I do read intuitively. So we have the Judgment card and we have the Hierophant. Yes, so there might even be, there might be even a feeling of injustice right now. So The Judgment card is a card that talks about moving on to, not moving on, but waking up to a new life, waking up to a new way of seeing things. This is the higher self angel. You know, he's he's calling, not the higher self angel. That's not what I meant to say, but I'm not sure which angel this is. Actually, I have to confirm that. But this angel is calling out these people into their new life. So they've been living inside those coffins for too long and they need to wake up. They need to change. There's something you need to change. There's a choice here. And it's a choice about your life path, about the way you're seeing things, okay? Because it's all about the way we see things. I don't really like to talk about destiny, although sometimes that can come up during the readings, especially the general readings, because when we are connecting with other energies, we get their energy. So sometimes, although I don't really enjoy talking about destiny, in a certain reading it can come out because that's just the energy I'm connecting with. But where I wanted to go with this is that our destiny is always in our hands. It's always related to our energy, the way we see things, our perception of things, and what energy we put out and what energy we identify with. And there's definitely something here about your perception. So you know that there's a choice to make, two paths, two ways of seeing things, maybe two different feelings towards something even, and you are aware of that. But you might not be sure which of those choices is the one that's going to lead you to your new life, okay? The one that's going to get you out of the coffin. You might not be sure because right now you are in hermit mode. You are avoiding this awakening, okay? Because this is an awakening. Because you might not be sure which road is going to take you there. And having the Hierophant clarifying that choice, there's a blessing in disguise here. There's some kind of blessing. This situation right now that's happening to you, it might be uncomfortable. And like I said, you might even be feeling angry, resistant, and unsure. You might be feeling confused. There's the energy is kind of like, it's very, do you know when you're inside a room and there's just a lot of people talking, like you have conversations here and conversations there, and you can't really listen to anything clearly because there's just a lot of noise. That's what I'm feeling right now. And because that's how you are feeling. You might not enjoy the situation that's happening right now, but it's because there's some kind of blessing for you. Okay, the people in these cards are being initiated into something. And this Pope here is giving them his blessing. Okay? He's initiating them into something because you're having an awakening. You're supposed to have that awakening so that you can begin your path on something that is aligned, okay, that is blessed. Clarify the Hermit, please. I don't know if this is making sense, guys, but I hope so. It's kind of a confusing energy. Please. Oh, thank you. Let's see. We have the Strength card. I mean, yeah, you feel like you have to be strong right now, and you are, okay? You are strong. This is a display of this card talks about a display of strength, you know. She's controlling that lion, and that lion is representing her demons, just like we read here on this card, okay? Tackle your demons head on. That's what she's doing. Don't allow them to rule you for a second longer. So this situation that you're avoiding, you are in hermit mode right now. because you don't want to deal with something. But this situation that you are avoiding, you need to tackle it head on. You need to face it. The sooner you make a decision, the better. Okay? And you are strong. I mean, I understand it is not easy for us to face our fears sometimes. And we know we must, but it is very easy to fall into a more isolating energy when we don't want to see something, and we rather just stay inside the house and not deal with anything or anyone and pretend like nothing's happening. It is very tempting, but you are being asked to deal with whatever this is right away, because you can do it, and you are supported. You are never alone. Remember, guys, we are here experiencing, none of this is real. Okay, it only feels extremely real, but it is not. We have an ability to change what we see and what we experience. That's what I meant to say. We have an ability to change what we experience if we change the way we see things, if we change our perception. And that word keeps coming up, perception. So there might even be two situations, okay? Because two choices, two situations, two different feelings, or two different people. So maybe you could even be in some kind of battle with in some kind of battle with another person, something like that. Where one of you is pulling one way, the other one's pulling another way, or you are going against one another. Maybe that's why you fear this, because if this is something that has a strong impact on your life, you might be fearing that the other person or the other energy could win, or you might be fearing getting exposed to this other energy, for example. But let's clarify that moon card. Tell me about the moon card, please. I'm sorry, just moved the camera. Okay, there we go. I keep hearing cinnamon. Cinnamon, you know, cinnamon is a cleanser, and it is an abundance attractor. That's not how you say it. It attracts abundance, you know. Cinnamon attracts abundance. And we have a Six of Wands here, clarifying that moon card. And the Six of Wands is a card of victory. This person is being celebrated. He's gone to war, I believe. He's achieved some really important things. He's made his town proud. He's made these people proud, and everyone's like cheering on and congratulating this person. So there's a victory here, and this is Wands energy. So it's something that's related to your stability and to your 3D life, to your physical life. That's what I meant. So whatever choice you're making is something that impacts your day-to-day life. It could be related to your job. It could be related to your family. It could be related to a romantic relationship, because we do have the Lovers, the Hierophant, and this moon card that just gave me the vibe of either these two being two aspects of yourself, or these being two people, and the way that they're divided by the path. It's like they're divided, and then we have this little scorpion or something, this scorpion here on the way to the path. And that's the emotional armor, because, you know, he has a shell, although inside he's all mushy. Outside he has a shell. He's protected. He's safe. You are protected. You are safe. You are in hermit mode right now. So maybe in order for you to follow the path, instead of being in this battling energy between these two energies, these two vibrations, maybe you should just find the balance between your emotional armor and what you allow yourself to share with others, so that you can follow the path. It's like, how can I put what I'm getting here? So in this choice that you're going to be making, or that you are already making, there's a chance for victory here, but you might have to compromise. Maybe you don't want to expose certain things. Maybe you don't want to be vulnerable around certain people, or you just don't like the idea that this situation makes you vulnerable emotionally. Okay? But you are being asked to face all of that and to understand that you are strong. Being strong doesn't mean not feeling, okay? It's the opposite, actually. The strongest people I know, they feel deeply, okay? And you should allow yourself to feel that. Whatever you're feeling right now, even if it's this very confused energy, very many emotions coming up, allow yourself to feel them as they come and they go, just like the fish in the pond. But you might have to compromise when it comes to what you show to others. So a certain level of exposure might be needed in the situation. I don't understand why. You will if this is for you. But a certain level of exposure is required here. Okay? Like this little scorpion here. Okay? He has the shell, so he is protected. You are protected. Okay? And if you have that balance between your mushy inside and your stronger outside, your shell, if you have that in balance, you will be able to follow the path with emotional stability, instead of having your inner dog and inner wolf, or the two wolves, or however you want to put that analogy, instead of having those two energies battling one another or feeding a situation like that. I just wanted to get a bit more on this Six of Wands. What is this victory about? Tell me about the Six of Wands. You might be worried that you are not going to win something if you allow something to happen. You might be worried that you're not going to get to the Six of Wands, but it's here, and it's like I said, it's all about our energy. It's all about, Four of Cups. This is disappointment. This is feeling like you don't enjoy your choices. You've been disappointed way too many times, so now you don't trust the outcome. That's what the Four of Cups is. It's a disappointing energy. It's this person was offered these 3 cups in the past, and they sucked, basically. So now he doesn't want to take this 4th cup because he just doesn't trust it. I feel that's what you feel. You don't trust that you are going to get this victory with the Six of Wands, but you are. So if this is about a relationship, okay, if this is about a romantic relationship, it could even be the fact that you are getting into a new romantic situation, and in the past you were extremely disappointed with what you had going on with the people you dealt with, and now you just can't trust this. Now you just can't trust what's happening, and you feel like you have to make a choice about it. Do I continue on with this person, or do I go? And you might be avoiding them with that Hermit. But once again, you are being asked to face your fears, and a lot of us do fear that vulnerability that relationships bring. Being vulnerable is not an easy thing, and especially if you've been alone for a long time, or if you've been disappointed many times. It's kind of we create a harder shell. Our shell begins to harden, and it's not as easy for us to share our emotions and to be vulnerable. But you need to accept that cup, even without knowing what it's inside the cup. Okay, the Four of Wands, it asks you to accept the cup because there's really no other option. Okay, and I don't say this in a negative way, because we will never know. If this is about a person, for example, you will never know for sure, okay? Because that's just life. But if you don't take the cup, you might spend your whole life regretting not knowing, not taking that opportunity, okay? And if this is not about a person, if this is about a situation that's happening in your life, or although I do feel the energy of other people involved in this, but if this is about a more personal situation that's happening in your life with just you, this cup can represent that new calling, that higher calling, that evolution that needs to happen by changing your path, accepting a new cup, accepting something new so that you can get out of the coffin, get out of the hermit mode, okay? Guys, I'm going to take another oracle card to close out the reading, okay? The energy is pretty heavy, so I'm not going to insist more on it. Okay, we have our oracle. Let's see. And it says, you need to ignore what everyone else is doing and achieving. Your life is about breaking your own limits and outgrowing yourself to live your best life. Didn't we just talk about growing and getting out of the coffin, evolving? Plan to outdo your past, not other people. Yeah, so some kind of change they might not want to see. And I do feel the energy of other people here, but it is telling you to ignore whatever everyone else is doing and achieving. Other people might even be giving you opinions about your situation. You know that they're just opinions. It's just their perspective. You have to trust your gut when it comes to things. You have to be able to make decisions for yourself. And the best way to achieve that kind of confidence, to make decisions in our lives, is by facing our demons. It is by facing situations head on. Don't delay things. Don't procrastinate on a decision that you know you have to make. It is hard to do that, I know. And it is very tempting to stay in this hermit mode, believe me. I'm an Aquarius. Okay? I love being by myself and being in hermit mode, really, honestly, I do. But we need to face those situations. We need to face challenges. That's how we grow. That's how we become better and bigger in our energy, okay? And we don't do it just for ourselves. We do it for the people around us too. For the people you love, for your family, your friends, you know, your children, I just heard. So some of you guys might be parents. Maybe there's even children involved here in the situation. We have a child on that card. Maybe you're dealing with an ex-partner, for example, and you have kids in common, and maybe there's some kind of legal issue or some kind of separation issue going on here. Okay, but you are strong. You can do this. Just don't doubt that you can do this, and try not to allow fear to consume you, to consume your energy, okay? But yeah, I'm gonna leave the reading here, guys. So I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much. I will see you next time. Stay strong.